My name is Sam Harris. I'm a behavior analyst, and I'd like to talk today for a minute about what's called profound autism. The definition of somebody with profound autism are that an individual has a diagnosis of autism that's going to require 24-hour care, lifelong, and there is a significant intellectual disability, and that individual is either nonverbal or minimally verbal. Minimally verbal might mean they have a half dozen words that they use inconsistently. And those definitions are all kind of the same, whether it comes from the Lancet or the CDC or the National Autism Center. And profound autism is not yet a separate diagnosis. It's an increasingly widely recognized category, but it's not a separate diagnosis yet, although I would anticipate that would change in the future. If you haven't heard of profound autism and the individual you know has what's called level 3 autism, then very possibly they would fit into that category. And one of the reasons that word is starting to spread about this is because the face that we're seeing of autism in the media is different than the reality for many people. In television and social media, the characters and the people with autism are quirky and clever, but functionally they're the same as anybody else. They have jobs, they live independently, they have relationships. I suppose that's good that face of autism is being seen, but it's very unlike the experience of many individuals with autism. I recently did an assessment for a client where this fella has profound autism. He's nonverbal and he sits in a chair and rocks all day. He doesn't like video games, he doesn't like television, he doesn't like movies, he doesn't like puzzles, he doesn't have hobbies, he sits in a chair and rocks. Plus, he struggles with maladaptive behaviors, physical aggression, self-injurious behavior. So that kind of picture is very different than what we might be used to seeing. About 27% of individuals who are diagnosed with autism fall into the category of profound autism. And unfortunately, 94% of the studies that we're doing to understand autism do not include anybody who had profound autism. So that means we don't really understand the problem very well, and we don't understand the solutions very well. And so the challenges that this profound autism brings up for individuals are just significant. For the family also. For example, parents are typically underemployed. Very often mom stays home because she has to for 24 hours to take care of this individual. Dad often is underpaid because he's had to take a job where he's always available or he's working from home. I mean, that's just become their life. The individual with profound autism is far less likely to be in school or a day program. And parents, over a period of time, have slowly lost touch with their friends and their family because of the intensity of the need at home. And so they're kind of standing on their own at that stage. Unfortunately, so many services that we can access that could potentially help, they evaporate after you turn 18. And it becomes really an uphill battle to try to get those services. So it's a very difficult place to be if you know somebody with profound autism. Now, I don't mean to say, this is such a significant challenge that there's no hope. No, there is, because one of the first articles in the 1940s that included behavior analytic principles was with an individual who was in a catatonic state, what was medically called at that time a vegetative state. Didn't roll over, didn't speak, didn't look, couldn't feed themselves, that kind of thing. And so using ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis approaches, they taught this individual to communicate certain desires. So that's huge because it communicated, okay, this group of people that we thought were not trainable, they are. Okay, you can teach people. That's one of the foundational beliefs of ABA, is that everybody can make progress. Now, how far can you go? I don't know. Further than they are today. You can make steps further than you are at that moment. And that comes from the idea that in ABA, the environment is critical. It's not just a matter of, well, that's the way they are. That's just how it is. No, the environment plays a large part in development and also in current behavior. So I can't change somebody's genes, but maybe I can change the environment. I can't change fetal alcohol syndrome. Maybe I can change the environment. I can't make it as if this profound autism wasn't there, but maybe I can change the environment, and so I can help that person develop new behaviors. And so we can certainly make it better than it was yesterday and better than it is today. So what kind of goals would you work on? Well, where's the greatest need for that person? Is it in the areas of personal hygiene? Is it in communication? Is it the maladaptive behaviors? And that's where you would focus your attention, working to shape the environment so that person is, God willing, able to develop some skills and be more functional in their area. So it is certainly true that profound autism is a huge challenge for that individual and those who care for them. But it's also true that there's hope, that we can help this individual, serve them in such a way that they can make progress, God willing. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me at Harris Behavioral Services on the internet. And God bless you as we work to help those with profound autism.